YouTube, we back. All right, it's good to be back. We're gonna try to keep this brief. I want to say, first of all, just welcome to the channel. If you've been here for a while, this is Grow with Chris, aka Chris Waston, and I'm very happy to have you here. In this short video, we're going to just talk about what's been going on, like wherever I've been, what's the new channel, what's the new focus, and what we're looking to do. And I'm gonna try to do this in a timely fashion. So if you haven't already been on the channel before, it's Grow with Chris, and that's me, right? That's me, Chris Waston, the founder, if you will, of Grow with Chris. And if you also are new, we have the new business, Impact Amplify. So I want to make sure that you are familiar with the brand. Grow with Chris is obviously the persona or the personality behind it, but Grow with Chris connects over here to Impact Amplify, which is the business and the website, etc. All right, so you may be wondering, like, okay, well, what is Impact Amplify? What are you talking about? You see the title of the video talking about real estate, which, as you all know, I've been involved with real estate for a little while now. But really, Impact Amplify is our marketing agency. And I'm trying to get this to be a little bit more neat. Agency for, let me get this right in very clear, real estate pros. And we're going to talk more about that and like why and exactly what we're offering. But for those of you who may know, I'm a real estate investor. My wife and I, we invest in real estate here locally as well as out of the state. And we'll talk more about that on the journey and show you all some things that we're doing. But also I have a hand in wholesaling as well. And really just want to focus my attention on an industry that I am, passionate about and that I'm involved with. If you've been around me for any amount of time, you probably know the channel from the work I've done in the reselling market. So short story on this, back during COVID, I started getting involved in what's called reselling, in which I was, you see, these are like pictures from my car, my house. This is the package I got from eBay. It was really around just reselling items that were in limited quantity or in high demand. So I built up a pretty big eBay store doing that. And I did that for a couple of years. But as things just kind of got back to normal, I decided to really kind of just switch focuses to where I wasn't focused on just running that anymore. And that's what the channel used to be about, really just chronicling that journey, and as well as giving some tips for people who are interested in, getting into that. So you can still see some of those old videos. I still left them on the channel. But also you'll see a lot of you know me if you've any amount of time for just being an educator. So I went to school actually to be a teacher, and I taught in my hometown for a number of years, been a school admin, was a school principal, and now I am an executive of a nonprofit organization called BMEA. And these are just some different photos of myself on the news, speaking on a few panels. And I promise you, I do know how to write, but I need to practice writing on this little machine more. So I still got those things that's central to what I do. But as far as my business focus, we're talking about real estate. So why real estate? And just like, what's my experience with real estate? So here you'll see my family here outside of rental property. Not rental property that we actually invested in Chicago that we are finishing up with renovation. You can see some of the different stages of it. And I'm going to show some behind the scenes on that. But also years ago, you'll see me here. I was actually hosting workshops for real estate pros and professionals, on my own. Had an urgency plus passion focused on real estate in the past. So really just kind of getting back into it and really just making this a focus over the past few years. I've just been picking up a lot of skills and helping different types of businesses with different types of things, from web design to marketing to paid ads to automations, to AI, you name it. But really just wanted to, make this a full focus. So if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because we'll get into the plan on how I plan to help sell a bunch of homes and help people take their business to the next level. But I want to give also the foundation to what this channel will be about. So let's come over here to what I'm calling the plan. All right. And it really comes down to like these 4 different phases. And I'm going to kind of just talk through them in 1 second. So this is going to be key, because what I'm going to go over in these next couple of minutes will be the foundation of a lot of the content that I create. It's also foundation to the work that I'll do with clients and, teams that I work with. All right. So stage number 1, let's get it going. I want to do some writing here, so hopefully we can get this going pretty good. So number 1, engaging your current audience. So ask yourself, how many people and how many leads do you currently have? All right. Is it 100? Is it 10? Is it 1,000? These are people that you have maybe sold homes to before, people that you've done business with in the past, people that know you from your real estate business. Well, one of the first things you want to do is engage them. A lot of times we have lists of people that we've worked with in the past, but we haven't heard from you in a while. So you want to put systems in place that you can regularly engage with them, whether it's via text message, whether it's an email, whether it's even a phone call. You want to be engaging with that audience to let them know that you're still here. You're still selling homes. You're still wholesaling. You're still an investor. Whatever it is that you do, you want to engage with them. All right. Now, moving over, optimizing your traffic flow. So here I got you in the middle, right? Whoever you are. And this is how I call this the omnipresent approach. No matter what your budget is, you want to be leveraging online videos across social media and building an audience. You may have heard the term like, this is traffic. And when we call it your current audience, that's traffic that you already own, meaning they're already like on your email list, or you already have their information in your CRM. But a lot of people underestimate how you can still create this omnipresent approach where you may not have a person's information just yet, but you can be putting out content that keeps you front of mind for them. And this is how you have that omnipresence where people are seeing you across their Facebook, their Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever they are, even on Google or on different sites. If you set up the right systems and tracking in place so that when they engage with your content once, maybe on Instagram, now they're seeing you on Facebook, now they're seeing you on Google, they go to your website. And a lot of people don't know how to set this up in an efficient way. And we're going to be showing you how to do this. How you can have, even if it's a small audience, even if you don't have a lot of followers, how you can be drawing people back to you. And I have these arrows here because that's how a person comes from being a cold audience into this current audience. And then you send the current audience into your traffic flow as well, because now they're back engaging with you. So now you have this machine that's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you got to get the right systems in place. And it really comes around creating the type of content that people want to engage in, as well as having the right systems embedded into your site and into your content so that you're building up these audiences so that people continually see you and can engage with you. Next, consultations and systems, right? So obviously, we know in real estate, it's a people-to-people business, right? You can do and post content online, but ultimately you want to have the systems in place so that when people are consuming your content, they're going into your system, whatever your CRM is. And from that CRM, you're getting their contact information. And ultimately, we're trying to book appointments. We're trying to get them to a book of business. And we do this from a lot of different ways, right? We want this to be automated as much as possible so people can self-select which resources of yours they want to download. They can book times on your calendar to meet with you, or they can just, reach out to you to set up a meeting, right? We want to be setting up those conversations. And then the back end is just refining what you may already have in place. So maybe you have some variation of these three things already going, but the other part is how do you refine your current systems? Ultimately, the goal of this channel, all right, is to help you, the real estate professional, get more conversations, however they come, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on LinkedIn, whether it's text message or email or phone calls, whether it's people commenting on YouTube. Conversations are the name of the game, and we can't be afraid to have those conversations. All right. But we don't want to only have to rely on cold calling people. We want them coming to us and them initiating the conversations. Next, from there, we're going from conversations to having phone calls and appointments. Typically, you're going to have to get on the phone with someone to set up an appointment or to get ready to close the deal before they bring you on as, their realtor or the team that they're going to work with. And ultimately, we're trying to go from there to more closed deals. That's really it. So this channel will be about how to generate more conversations that lead to phone calls and appointments that lead to you having more closed deals. All right. Now, at the time of this recording, it is 2025, February 7th, and you have to be living under a rock to not know about AI. And lucky for you, I'm very passionate about AI and how we can embed AI into all of this to automate the conversations on these platforms, to automate even some of the phone calls or answering for you, to even automate these systems. So when someone is reaching out, we have systems in place that's, placing them in the right place on your CRM so you can know, are they ready to buy? Are they ready to purchase? What do they need next? Ultimately, so that you're spending your time with the people most likely and most in need of your service at the right time, but still nurturing people who aren't yet ready. So we're going to talk about all that on the channel. And I'm super excited because ultimately, I know that working together, putting out the right content, it can work for you, generate more conversations, more phone calls, more appointments, and ultimately closing more deals. So that's just the intro video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more. It's Chris Watson. I'll see you all soon in the next video.